Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the December edition of Stretch the Sketch. This month we are using sketch 219 from Better Homes and Gardens of all places. I actually had no clue that they had sketches. I'm sure this is probably fairly old, but I didn't know they even had sketches in Better Homes and Gardens, so that was kind of surprising. But that is the sketch we're using. I'm going to throw it up there on the corner so that you can follow along. I decided to go ahead and stretch this into a double page layout, and I'm starting with this cut file that I just got from the Silhouette store, and it is a road that is curvy. I think it's actually called Curvy Road. And I knew I wanted to use something like that as the little swooshy, flourishy thing that's underneath the three photos, because the photos that I'm going to be using are of my grandson playing with a really big Tonka truck. So along with that, I am using this mixed media paper that I created in the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, and so I'm going to go ahead and use this punch from Stampin' Up. It is kind of like a squashed hexagon, if you will. It's either squashed or stretched, depending on which way you use it. So I just showed you there that I was punching them out of that paper, and I didn't make you sit through that because that's kind of a lengthy process, and it's just basically doing the same thing very repetitively. So I punched it until I got a whole bunch. I actually punched more than one paper. I punched, I want to say 3, but I don't use all of the pieces that I ended up with. I use a lot of them, but not all of them. And so I decided to use this black paper as my background because it really made all of the mixed media pop, and I really like the way that it looked. It kind of accentuates the black in the photos. I did not do any paper layering behind my photos, which is very unusual for me. They do have a white border on them, but they are printed like that. They are printed as a, well, it's not true 4x6, but it is the entire size of the selfie with a border. So the selfie printer will print almost 4x6, but then if you add the border, it's smaller than a 4x6, but not terribly small, as you can see there. The other 3 photos in the bottom right-hand corner, those are 1/4 of what a selfie print would be printed at, which is slightly smaller than a 4x6. So I did trim down the 2 outer ones of those, the bottom 3, to be a little bit shorter, just to give a little bit of, I wouldn't say movement, but just to give a little bit different height to the center one and give a little more focus to that one. And I did use some embossing powder on the road. I just basically wiped my embossing ink pad over it, and then I used an ink pad to brush away some of the embossing powder so that it wouldn't be completely covered. And so I cut it in the gray and I embossed it with silver powder. I wanted it to kind of have that shiny look to a slick road, but I didn't want it to be completely covered in silver. I just wanted to give some added dimension and interest to it, if you will. And then I am having to use my liquid glue to adhere these things down because it is over that mixed media. And the mixed media is done with some dilutions, and then I also have some paper glaze over the top that creates all of those little triangles, and that is something that I did for a demonstration over in the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. So I don't have the video of that for you today, but if you are a Secret Not Secret Kit Club member and want to watch it, it is available over in that group. So let's see here. I decided I wanted to overlap my photos just a little bit, which is not something that I do very often, but I did want it to have kind of a whimsical, fun feel to it. He's playing, he's enjoying his time out there with his truck and this big rock that he's towing around or hauling around, and so I wanted to just have it a little more fun and playful rather than all lined up, which is my typical MO, if you will. So I went ahead and adhered those down. I do have them cross over the 2 pages. This is going to be a double page in a page protector that is it's a flush mount page protector, which I don't think they even make anymore, but it's basically 2 pages that are mounted together and they come that way. You could achieve the same thing by using some washi tape to tape them together, or by sewing them together, or by using a fuse tool to combine them together. So I did happen to buy mine that way, but you could make it if you really wanted to. And that just helps them stay together in a D-ring album. If you're using a post-bound album, you wouldn't have to worry about that at all because everything is kind of flush in the center anyway. So I pulled out these thickers. I do like the arrows pointing the way on the road, and those are just some foam thickers. The good stuff is a thicker set from Vicky Bouton, I believe, and those are puffy, but they are glossy, kind of a glossy plasticky finish. And so you'll notice down in the right hand side I am going to use some arrows that are that glossy finish. So I bring that same texture down over into that bottom right hand corner, and then I'm going to use some stars and hearts that are made out of the foam that the arrows are made out of on the opposite side. So I have both textures in both places. And while I do that, let me just tell you a little bit about Stretch the Sketch. We start with a sketch that is a 12 by 12, and we either stretch it or shrink it into some other size. And we do this every month on the third Sunday of the month. There are a bunch of ladies playing along down below. You can find links to their channels or their videos in my description box, so check them out and give them a little bit of love as well. You never know what you're going to find. Just because I'm doing a 12 by 12 today does not mean I do it every month. So, you know, you got to go and watch all the videos to see what you're going to find out. It's really a fun series, and it really shows you a lot of ways to use sketches, because even though several of us might do a 12 by 12, they all look completely different. We all interpret it differently, and so there's a ton of inspiration. And same with if it's a smaller size, it's always interpreted differently by different minds. We all see things in our own way and adjust things to fit our needs. So I highly recommend you check it out, because you're bound and determined to find something different, and hopefully that provides you a little bit of inspiration. So I went through a batch of stickers that I had sorted out for my grandson that I had not gone through in quite some time, and I found this one that says, "A boy's story is the best that is ever told," and I really like that, so I decided I was going to go ahead and use that. And then I found these chipboard pieces that I decided to use as well, and they just kind of bring those colors across. That I keep trying to get that piece on there that says "About a Boy." I don't end up using that. I do end up using this one that says "It's all good," and I like the way that looks. It brings that square down there, and then I bring the blue up into this other corner by adding that other chipboard piece. So I thought that was kind of fun. I do add these little phrase stickers. The one that is going in the left-hand side of the photos, it says "Growing So Fast," right next to that sticker that says "Caution, a boy lives here," which I thought was perfect for this particular layout. And then the one in the bottom right says "Love You," and then the one in the top right says "Look Out World," and it's right under that Simple Life sticker, which I thought was perfect for this as well, because he's not doing anything that is, you know, high tech or anything. He's just enjoying his big truck and a rock. So it really is the simple life, and we love that about him. He loves to play with these kinds of things, and he just really enjoys it. So that's pretty much going to do it for my video. Again, check out all of the other ladies playing along. Links are down in the description box. Thank you so much for your time today. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments, you can leave those down below as well. And you're going to see close-ups here in just a moment. Thanks so much for your time. Bye-bye now.